Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we'll be learning how to sew this beautiful notched collar jacket. If this is what you like to learn, kindly stay tuned. I'm gonna head to cut up my fabric using my pattern, and I added half an inch around the center front and the side. I added half an inch at that area. Then the side part I added 1 inch, the part I'm using to shape. I added 1 inch at the hem of my pattern. I added 1 inch just at that hem to turn with my lining, and I went ahead to notch unnecessary parts so that those parts will be aligning. And the collar, I used half an inch round the collar. I actually cut 2 pieces of that collar. I cut it 2 so I can use the other part to turn. So this is my back, and at the side back I use 1 inch at the side. Then the other part I use half an inch, and the hem also I made use of 1 inch at the hem of my pattern. So this is for the sleeve, the 2-piece sleeve. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. So I added half an inch at that part where the both will be joining together, and I went ahead to notch every necessary part so that I can have my fabric equal at the end of the sewing. So this is it. I'm gonna head to cut out the lining for each and every one of them, as you can see, and I'm gonna head to interface my fabric using my hair stay. I actually did not hair stay the lining because I used doll face as my lining. So I interfaced my Ankara fabric and I cut out the lining. So this is my back pattern. That's my back, my center back and my side back. So the first thing I'll be doing is to join my center back using my half inches allowance. So I'll go ahead and join it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm done joining the center back, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. So the next thing I want to do is to pick the side, that's the princess style line, that style line area. So I'm picking it, and I'll use my half an inch allowance to join it on both sides. So when I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm done joining, and this is what it looks like. So the next thing I'll do is to iron open my seams. So before I do that, I'll go ahead and join the front so I can iron open everything together. So this is the front piece, and I'll go ahead now to pick the center front and the side front, and I'll join them using my half inches allowance. Making a jacket can be so stressful, so you just need to take your time. So once I'm done joining, I'll show you what it looks like. And so yeah, I'm done joining the front, and this is what it looks like. So I'll go ahead to join the other part of the front. The same process using my half inches allowance. So I'm done joining the other part, and as you can see, this is how it will be facing each other. This is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm doing is to bring my back and my front together, and then I'll join them at the shoulder area using my half inches allowance. I just want to secure everything I need to secure before I go to the ironing table and then iron open once and for all. It can really be stressful when you stand a million of times to go and iron. So I just want to secure everything I ought to secure before I go to the ironing table. So I'm joining the second shoulder using my half inches allowance. So I'm done joining my shoulder using half inches allowance, and I'm gonna head to iron open all the seam. As you can see, I'm gonna head to iron open them. So the next thing I want to do is to insert my welt pocket, and to do that you can just choose any part of your jacket you want your welt pocket to come in. For me, I think I made use of my waist line measurement, that's my shoulder to my half length measurement. That was where I placed my, well, yours can come below your waist measurement. So wherever you want to place your welt pocket. It's your choice. So on that level, I came up by half an inch, and then I came up by half an inch, and then I came down by half an inch on that line. So all I'm just trying to do is just to secure, to place my weld such that by the time I'm shaping, it's not going to the it's not going to be entering to the my side allowance. It's not going to be eating into my side allowance, and then by the time I'm closing up the center front area, it won't enter into that part. So that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm trying to mark out the parts I'll be notching. That's that V you see me draw around that part. So I'm trying to draw out how I will notch once I'm done sewing my word pocket. So that's drawing will serve as a guide to, so I don't overcut my fabric. So that's why I'm drawing it. So basically, you need to take your time when you are doing a welt pocket. So I'm gonna have to cut 2.5 inches wide piece of fabric that I'll be using to create my double welt pocket. And I'm gonna have to create a fold at one part of the Ankara so that it will be easy for me to sew on. That line is the line you I'll be sewing on. So all you need to do is just make your the extra piece of fabric you'll be able to create your welt to be longer than the initial line you drew on your Ankara. So on that fold, that's where I'll be sewing on the first line. So you can see I've placed the fold directly on the line, so it makes it easy to sew on. You'll be seeing what you want to sew on. So I'll carefully place that fold line on the first line of my the line I drew, and I'm just trying to be careful by pinning it down, and at the same time I'll use my marker to just mark on the line so you see what I'm saying. So as you can see, I'm gonna have to mark the starting point of the line, and I'm just drawing a line on that fold line, and I also mark where the sewing is going to end, so it'll be easy to sew. I won't have to be losing. So I'll just go ahead now to sew, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So yeah, I'm done sewing the first one. So as you can see, I would unpin, and then I'll do the same thing for the second fabric. I'll go ahead and sew on that same line, the second line, not on the midpoint line, remember, the line we drew up and down, so the midpoint line. So I'll go ahead and sew on the second line. So basically, you can decide to just, now I created my box, my welt pocket box, using half an inch up and half an inch down. You can try to use 0.25 inches up and 0.25 inches down. So if you want the welt to be really tiny, so you can use 0.25 inches up and 0.25 inches down. But here I made it up half an inch up and half an inch down. I'm done sewing, and this is what it looks like. I would go ahead now and open up the midpoint line. You can see I'll go ahead and open up the midpoint line, so I'll carefully do that. So when you're getting close to the end, you would cut. You see that diagonal shape we drew at the end? That is how you will cut. Let me bring it close so that you see what I'm doing. So I'm cutting diagonally so that that part can relax well. At the end part of my welt can rest well. That's why I'm cutting diagonally. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. I'll cut through and then cut diagonal once I'm getting to the end point. Very compulsory. So I'll go ahead now to push in all the remaining fabric inside, both up and down. So after pushing it in, so this is what I have at the front. So tuck it in very well, and this is what I have. So I'll go to the ironing table and just give it a good press, and I'll show you what both the front and the back looks like. So I'll show you what the back looks like now. So you can see the back, that is the SS. So I'll go ahead and also iron very well the back. I'm just trying to iron to put them in place. So I'm done ironing, and this is what the front and the back looks like, as you can see. So now I'll be working on the back because I don't want a pocket to be there. I want to close up my pocket. So the first thing I'll be doing is to sew down the side. I'm sewing down the side. So I pick the diagonal shape and the excess of my fabric, and then I sew them down. I'll do the same thing for the other side. Just watch. I'm adjusting my welt pocket very well, and I'm picking the diagonal shape and the excess of the fabric very close to the end of my welt, and I'll sew them down to secure them like that. I hope you can see the diagonal shape. So very close to the end of my welt. So that is how to secure the side. So the next thing I want to do is to cover up the welt because I don't want the pockets to be coming in that part. I'll be sealing it up. So I cut exactly the piece that can cover up from the beginning point to the end point of that part. And I'll also stitch the up, the down. I'll just stitch round to secure, closing my welt pocket. I know you've seen dresses that have a closed welt pocket too. This is how it is done basically. So I'll just go ahead and stitch round to close it up. So I'm done securing round, so you can see what it looks like. So everything is in place now, and that's what the inside looks like. So all I need to do is just go ahead and trim off the excess I have, and I'll repeat same process for the other parts. So I'm done with the two, and this is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead to take back my allowance I added by the side, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'm joining the front and the back together so that my jacket almost ready. So I'll go ahead and do it, and once I'm done I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see, I'm done, and this is what the front looks like. So the next part I'm sewing is the lining. So I'll go ahead and join all the lining piece the same way I joined the front. And as you can see here, because I want my Ankara to be the same thing showing over at the lapel side, at the wrong side of the lapel, that is why I used the same Ankara for the lining. And my Ankara wasn't enough, so I had to join a piece of black fabric at the lower part. So if you want another color to be showing at the wrong side of your lapel, when you flip it to the other side, you can use the color you want as the lining area. So I don't want another color showing, that's why I'm making use of my Ankara fabric. So I'll go ahead and join all the back piece the same way we join the front, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, I'm done joining all the back patterns together, and this is what it looks like. So the next thing I want to do is just to go ahead and give it a good press. I'll iron open all the same line, and I would use it to turn my front jacket. So once I'm done, I'll use it to turn my front jacket. So you can decide to start from either the down or the side. So I'll be starting from the side in this case, any which way you are comfortable with. So I'll join this side, and then I'll go ahead and turn the down. So I'm trying to follow the shape of my lapel, sewing using my half inches allowance, and I also use my half inches allowance also at the down and the other side. So this is how I'll be joining. So once I'm done attaching my lining to my main fabric, I'll show you what it looks like. So once I get to the hem area, the down part, I'll be sewing with my hemming gum such that I want that part to lay flat once I iron. See the continuation of our jacket sewing in the next class. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and please do not forget to subscribe to our channel.